Hi guys, it's Omar Walker again, and today we actually have a guest with us joining us today, and it's actually Mickey. I don't know if you can really see him that close, but if you can, I can definitely relate to how he's feeling half the time, just like this. Um, and then also, it goes on to say at the back, some mornings are rough. Ain't that the truth? So why should we be people of perseverance? People know that I read the Bible on a daily basis, read scripture. I always go back, to the Word. And it says in Romans 5, verses 3 through 4, not only so, but we also rejoice in our sufferings, but because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. I had to endure many trials and, just to make it where I'm at today. And, I'm still probably will for the rest of my life. I was in the Marine Corps at one point in my life, so you can only imagine what we went through, and I'm sure you've heard all stories. I can tell you it wasn't easy. The relationships I have built, though, show me true value and essence of teamwork. I've had many brothers and sisters that has died for fighting out there in the battle and just died and sacrificed their life for a powerful cause. So I want to give a shout out to all the devil dogs out there and all the fellow Marines. Hoorah! And I want to thank everybody else for their military service. But shortly after I got out of the Marine Corps, I had this big idea to move up to NYC, the Big Apple. And I thought at the time, I had some solid plans. I moved up there with my girlfriend that is no longer my girlfriend. So, hint, hint to all you single ladies out there, I have my cell phone right here, so feel free to hit me up anytime. I'm just joking. But, anyways, I figured it was going to be real easy to get a job out there since I had military experience. And I thought the service members get, military preference. I didn't really, honestly, I don't really know how true that is. So what I did, I enrolled myself in some courses, got some additional training, got some certifications in security, and then once I landed my job, I was going to go back to school. But you know what? That's exactly what I did. I just got my certifications, and that's where it about stopped. The furthest it really went was just getting job interviews. But nobody wanted me. But you know what? That's alright. It wasn't meant to be. So months went by. I was making no money, packing on some serious debt. Okay? Some serious debt. And then my ex-girlfriend left me. So I found myself in an apartment that I couldn't afford anymore because I had no income coming in. About a month later, my cell phone got cut off, and I found myself homeless. So the next thing you know, I found myself living in a car, and I had no one out to reach out to. That was probably the lowest point in my life, But before I go any further, this is who I am. I just take life seriously because I have gone through some serious matters that I'm sharing with you in hopes that you can learn from them and benefit you. This doesn't mean, I can't joke around. And if you probably know me on a real personal level, I'll probably tease you and make fun of you. But it's because you're my friend, and it's because I like you, Isn't that ironic? But if someone else sees them, trust me, I will be there to on guard and to stand up for them anytime. Okay? Because that's who I am. I do not like when my friends get teased around and stuff like that. Um, but there's gonna be days where my emotions are gonna stand out more than others, or they can be expressed out more than others, and just so I'm just giving you guys a heads up. But now moving forward, I told you I was homeless, and I found this job working for an energy savings company. I wanted to do it because I thought I was really actually helping people out, and actually my first sales job, for that matter. And if you want, I was getting around, I was pawning off all my possessions and belongings, little by little, just to make some money. There would be days where, honestly, I would go out with eating because I couldn't afford to. You know, I was in straight survivor mode at that point, and I'm going to testify right now. I wasn't. It was because of the grace of God that allowed me to get here. You know, He gave me hope. Every single morning I would run to McDonald's a couple blocks down. That's where I would clean up. I would get some wipes, wipe myself down. I would brush my teeth, I would shave, and I would spray myself some smell good, all that good stuff, just so that I can appear halfway decent. So it was just a big transition from the Marine Corps to civilian life. But I did all that, and I just said, I was trying to appear at least halfway decent. So, I can just canvas out in the streets and make those sales. Every single day I was working from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. working. The most I've ever made from that job was maybe $400 in 4 months of working. And I was busting butt out there every single day. So that's about $100 each month total. But I can tell you probably that was one of the most greatest experiences ever. Maybe I didn't feel like that at the time, but now I can say that. It made me truly grateful for what I have now. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't strive for better in your life. During that time period, I made enough to get a cell phone, and as soon as I did, that cell phone right here, and as soon as I did, I got in touch with family. I found I had some relatives in the city, so they took me in. But here's the point. So if I had given up when I lost everything, where would I be right now if I didn't persevere through my trial? Honestly, I really don't want to know the answer. And then shortly after I got taken in, my car got evicted. So what perfect timing. So I stayed up in NYC for a little while longer, still looking for a job, applying for different places. And I knew someone in Virginia and said they were able to get me a job. And I asked what it was in. This is ironic. They told me collections. Now, two things. I have collections coming after me, and my car just got repoed. How crazy is that? So how's this going to work? Next thing you know, I moved back down to Virginia. I moved back down in with my family down here. And, honestly, I felt humiliated, which is another trial, I'm facing. I applied for the job, and guess what? I actually got it. But it doesn't stop there. Remember, I have no car whatsoever. So, how am I going to get to work? I went to Walmart, got myself an 18-speed bicycle, and every single day, I pedal myself to work, riding back and forth, okay? And that's the truth. Next time, maybe I'll just take a picture of it just to show you. Literally, I rode my bike through all different types of weather. So I'm still going through trials and persevering through, and because of that, I'm reaching new milestones. I've seen tremendous progress because of it, and here's some words of wisdom. James chapter 1:12, it says, "Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial." And Galatians chapter 6:9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." And I just give you one huge example of how perseverance made it all the difference. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Don't give up. Keep on persevering. You guys will be able to make it through. And, like I did. And who knows how far you guys can go. You'll be able to reach there. And that's why I encourage you to be like that in anything you do in life. But that's all I have to give for today. I thank you for taking the time to listen to this message, and y'all have a great day.